Okay, on this week's episode of Upside, we're going to be talking about Project Amelia. It's Amazon's AI revolutionary tool for Amazon sellers. Let's get into it.
All right, off the bat, I have a problem. All of these AI are female. I think all these tech guys are just sexist.
Right, which ones are you thinking of?
Siri, Alexa, Amelia.
What about Rufus?
Just Rufus. Rufus is the only one. I mean, and what kind of name is Rufus? If your name is Rufus, we still love you, but come on.
Rufus.
Come on. I don't know.
I did wonder that. There will be a story.
I mean, Her.
It was a great film.
Really good film.
Yeah.
Don't go watch it by yourself.
Yeah.
Anyway, which is what I did.
But I think we're kind of getting a little bit distracted from
Amelia. Back to Amelia. All right. Tell me about Amelia.
I've got more problems with Amelia than the name. Sorry. Seriously. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Tell me about your 99 problems.
I've got 99 problems with Amelia, and the name is the least of them. Okay. Yeah, I have much bigger problems with Amelia.
Okay, we should first explain what Amelia is.
Okay, so Amazon's created a tool. It's an AI tool. Once you've created a list, and you can go in, you can tell it, put it in your image, you give it a title, your brand, tell it a few keywords you're interested in, and it will write for you your title, your description, your bullet points. Does that sound an awful lot like what ChatGPT does for you at the moment?
Yeah, pretty much. And you have to give it the keywords.
Well, you kind of tell it the words that you think are important, and then it kind of builds around that. But yeah, you give it the keywords.
Does it go, actually, these keywords are more appropriate?
Yeah, it does. It does do that.
For this ASIN. Or do you have to put in your competitor products?
No.
It doesn't have reference points. It's kind of like just going off what you've told it.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, fine.
I feel like Amazon's just gone, here's a really cool tool. They've shown it. And I'm like, do you remember the A to Z maps?
Yeah.
Right? They've just launched A to Z maps in the world of Google Maps.
Yeah, Apple Maps. Okay, so like it's pretty much just ChatGPT with a new skin.
It's not because, all right, look, here's the difference,
and a nice
right?
name.
You can't write a prompt. There are guardrails written around this. All you do is put in the key things that it asks you for, and it writes for you. With ChatGPT, I can say to it, hey, these are my competitors. These are the listings that I'm up against. This is my tone of voice. This is how I want to come across. I want you to consider you're a market researcher. You can build all of that in. You can't do any of that in
So
Amelia.
It's literally just like some fields. You drop in product name, that kind of stuff, and then it just gives you the outputs.
Yes.
Okay, fine. So it's like a half-baked intern.
Yeah, half-baked intern. That's one way of looking at it. I kind of feel like, do you remember the Crocodile Dundee, Paul Hogan? That's not a knife. You call
that a knife.
Or bringing a knife to a gunfight. I mean, I really feel like Amazon have really misjudged where the market is, where the world is at.
Yeah, okay, fine. So should you be using it? I mean, that's the question really. Like, okay, so fine. This is what it is. Poor Amelia. Let's not mock her too much. So Amelia is this. It's a half-baked intern that's going to put together the title and the key and the bullet points and description for you based on information that you feed it.
Mm-hmm. Should
you use it?
So it would be interesting to try it to see what comes out. And the reason why I think you should try it and see what comes out is hopefully a whole load of your competitors are going to be using this because it's the easy, lazy, quick option. And you take that and go, okay, fine. Well, that's the base. I'm going to go off and create something that's 10 times better than this.
Okay, because it takes me back to this kind of initial... I have this thing about how AI as it stands now, not in the future, but as it stands now, is pretty much the level of an intern. Because an intern that comes into your team, you expect them not to know everything. You expect to be able to have to check their work. You expect to be able to go through and find gaps. You know they're going to want to tell you what you want to hear in many ways, often. And then that's pretty much like ChatGPT and most of the AI stuff that we see now, right? You still have to check it and refine it. It shouldn't be the final, it's the base point that you work from. It sounds like Amelia is the same thing.
Yes, I don't disagree with that part of the analogy. I think looking towards the future, though, with AI as well, and this is my problem with Amazon bringing this tool out. and this is so guardrailed around it, you can't really bring in your own, you'd have to take whatever is written and rewrite it essentially to put it into your own tone of voice. But I think the real danger here is if we are so reliant on AI tools to create this, it's creating the same content for everyone.
Yeah.
Right? It's just becoming homogenized. You want to stand out.
Yeah.
You want to get chosen by customers. That's not going to happen if you're all using the same AI tool.
I kind of go back to when I started on Amazon. There were no tools. There's hardly anything. And all I used to do is just sit there and literally just close my eyes, pretend I'm the customer, put myself in their position, and then write it from their perspective. What are the things that they need to know and understand about the product that's going to make it easier for them to make a decision? And that's what I wrote. That's what I did. And that just happened to also have all the keywords in it, also happened to have all the key elements. And it sounds like that principle still applies, right? Because if you're going to be using Amelia, you're not going to really be able to do that.
In fact, that principle applies even more than ever, because if you actually think about our process now, we'll write that content. And then what we're going to do, we're going to A/B test the heck out of that content, right?
Yeah.
We keep on testing and we're constantly looking at the market and we're watching, because the market isn't static, it's dynamic.
Yeah.
Listings are changing all the time. We're having to learn from those changes and respond to them constantly. We're adapting, we're evolving. Again, I'll go back to that analogy of the A to Z maps compared to kind of Google Maps, right? It's like you can kind of just flag it, right? This is where I'm going to go and this is the journey I'm taking and done. Or you can dynamically update yourself as you go along this journey for improvements and updates. I mean, if Amazon had said, look, we've created a tool, you can build prompts around this that really allow you to personalize it. And guess what? We're actually going to monitor the market ongoing and suggest changes as we move forward. And we're going to throw in a little bit of A/B testing. Okay, that's a tool I can get behind. That would definitely be interesting. I definitely want to still be able to create my own prompts. It gives me a differentiation from the rest of the sellers, but that's more of a tool. But I feel that what they've actually presented would take us back. It doesn't solve problems. It doesn't make you better. It will actually make you worse, or it would for us, because of the way we approach listings and the way we optimize them.
I've got a question.
Sure.
So it's a two-part question. The first part may answer it already. So ultimately, do you think Amazon have a particular agenda with Amelia? Is the overall question. But my first point is, do you think Amazon make more money from ad spend or from Amazon seller fees?
You had a stat on this. So people who had used Amelia, there'd have been improvements, right? So there'd been like some like...
No, okay, so the improvement that they're making, the stat was a 25% efficiency gain.
Yeah, in their ads.
No.
In their ads.
No. It wasn't in their ads.
Right.
Their efficiency gain was in the amount of time it took them to get a listing written.
Okay, fine.
And that was assuming that they were handwriting it rather than using ChatGPT.
Or is there an agenda behind this, right? So is there an agenda behind this kind of stuff?
All right, so, I mean, I've got a view on this point. In answer to your question, Amazon makes significantly more money on advertising than they do on their FBA fees, because of the costs involved, if not the revenue.
Well, this is what I'm thinking. This was the second part of the question, which was, are Amazon just going to suggest keywords that potentially have bigger volumes, even though they're probably not competitive? Your product wouldn't be competitive under that term, to ultimately increase your ad spend.
So I normally don't subscribe to conspiracy theories and that Amazon's always trying to do something bad. But ultimately, if you look at how auto campaigns work, very, very similar. They'll go for the high volumes key terms. And I suspect it'll be exactly the same data and algorithms that they'll be using to drive their recommendations for Amelia. That would be my thought.
Yeah, potentially. I mean, Amazon ultimately also makes a lot of money on the commission, right? So there's commissions, fees, and ad revenue. Ad revenue, I think, is definitely the highest one. It's huge. And then probably commissions. Maybe. I would, to be charitable to Amazon, my feeling is probably like the first iteration of Amelia, and it should hopefully improve. What would be awesome is if Amelia actually created the listing for you, right? So all these people have issues with like
upload files
and creating families. This did it for you. Say, hey, you type in to some kind of like chat functionality that would say, hey, I've got these four products. Here's the barcodes. this is what they do. They're happening on this website as well, by the way. It's on our own website. Can you just create them into a family? Which is what a non-half-baked intern would do.
Hey, Amazon, if you're listening, this is a great idea. This is where your AI team really should be focusing, because this would make life so much better for so many sellers.
Yeah, especially the starter ones.
Across the board, that would solve so many problems. Spend some time investing in that idea. That's a great idea.
All right, so Amazon, you can have the idea. Please, if you do charge for it, please make it free for us. But anyway, so what should sellers do? Where should they go? Do you want to take that?
My feeling is that if you're spending time on your listings, getting them really, really well honed and optimized, you should just keep doing that. I'd definitely take a look at what Amelia's got and keep an eye on it as a tool, because hopefully it's going to get better. And I suspect what you'll probably find is that a number of your competitors will start using it and doing it. Have a look what's driving it, but don't stay away from what you've genuinely been doing to optimize your listings. I think continue to A/B test. Follow that Kaizen principle, continuous improvement.
I'm a big fan of the old school method of just really trying to hone into what the customer thinks. And even if you're using ChatGPT or any AI to do it, but really hone into what the customer thinks and let your customer avatar really guide you in terms of what should be on your listing. And that kind of old school foundational method, I think, is still there. Mr. Miyagi, wax on, wax off.
I think that another point you're making that I agree with is that we're not really going down against AI here. I agree. My whole thing is, I think ChatGPT is an awesome tool. My problem with Amelia is the guardrails that are around it. You don't have those on chat.
Yeah.
And like you said, you can really you can create a really strong customer profile and chat and use that to continuously hone and improve.
Yeah.
And that's probably the best way for most businesses to get the efficiency gain without the compromise that currently sits in Amelia.
Cool. All right. So thanks for exploring Amelia with us. And join us every Wednesday, same bat time, same bat channel, on The Upside, where we talk about tips, tricks, and hacks for killing it on online marketplaces. One love.
One love. Hi team, we drop a new episode every Wednesday, so please like, follow, subscribe. They're on YouTube or wherever you get your podcasts from. We would really appreciate if you do this. It really helps us out. Thank you.